Alright, welcome back for some more easy blues harmonica, and today we're going to do some solo harmonica with accents on the two. So it'll be just us and just our harmonica. Now, something that I think is important for this is to have a good beat. So like either have a metronome going in the background so you can keep a nice steady beat, tap your foot on the floor, or in my case, I've got a bit of a drum here so I don't have to hammer my foot to death on the cement floor. But basically what we want to do is get a nice strong one, and then we can do our accent on the two. So a 1, 2, 3, 4. And away we go from there. So standard 12-bar blues pattern, and yeah, we're going to be having our beat going on beats 1 and 3, or maybe 1, 2, 3 and 4, whatever's easiest to sort of tap along. It's a little bit easier to tap them all out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've done these things before, and there was a good question last week about like putting tabs on the screen. There's a really important reason why I don't put tabs on the screen. You don't read tabs on the bandstand. Now, I'd call myself unlucky. I learnt to play music in high school, and I learnt to read music, so I played in orchestras and big bands and those sort of things. I say that's unlucky because in my 20s I couldn't play anything without music in front of me. Like I could basically play some vague sort of things, but it wasn't anywhere near as good as how I sight read music. So if I didn't have my music with me, I couldn't play anything. And my father was the same. Like he used to play in bands, and yeah, we had the same issue. We needed to have sheet music. And one of the most important things I wanted to do was I wanted to be what I called a real musician. I wanted to jump up on stage and I wanted to play a song that I'd never heard before without any music or any of those sort of things. So that's what my whole method's around. Now, look, sometimes I will put tabs up on the description to help you remember things, but yeah, that's why I tend not to put tabs on the screen, is I want you to try and remember stuff and play it rather than just read it off the screen. And yeah, it's faster and easier to read it off the screen, but I think that's a bad idea and it handicaps you in the future. So what are we going to do? For our 1 chord, we're going to use our 1 of the chord, our flat 7, and back to the 1. So it's going to be 2 draw, 3 blow for the 1, and then the flat 7's 2 draw double bend. So a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1. Now for our 4 chord, we're going to use either 4 blow, maybe 1 blow if we want to. And for that flat 7 sound, we're going to use our 3 draw half step bends. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the 1. Now for our 5 chord, again, we can use either 4 draw or 1 draw. I'm going to use 4 draw, and then I'm going to use 3 blow or 1 blow for the flat 7. So from the 5 chord, the 4 chord, and then the 1 chord, back to the 5. I'm going to do that as a turnaround. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Now sometimes on the 5, instead of doing that flat 7, I'm going to run up through the minor pentatonic scale. So I'm going to do 4 draw, 5 draw, and 6 draw. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1. 1. Yeah, so I've got a few options there. And we can use a lot of those options too, because this is like solo harmonica. So let's get ourselves ready to go. Get a nice sort of really steady tempo, and we're going to just run through it once. So a 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Now we're going to run through that again. We're just going to do it twice, But once the second time, I'll just get a little bit more relaxed with what I'm sort of doing. You'll hear what I mean. So a 1, 2, 3, 4. So, for a bit of a mistake there on one, I sort of forgot what I was doing. That's a bit of an example. So, as I go through it, I get a little bit different with my rhythm. So here I'm sort of starting off with that wah, 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 ba, 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 ba. And then sometimes as I'm moving back and forth between the chords, actually this is what I was thinking about when I thought, what am I doing? There's a whisker in my mouth. It's all okay as long as I don't go on the harmonica. Alright, so let's run through that again one more time. So the simple part is the 1, the flat 7, the 1. And what we really want to accent is the ba. So we get that 1 in first. Ba. That's the important part. That's what we want to get, this swingy sort of sound to it. Now if I do it without the drum beat, it still works, but here it'll sound a lot sort of more vague. Look, so I'll run it through. So a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's more of like a counting exercise, like an academic thing. You can do it, but it's not really sort of groovy or fun. And what I personally do with that sort of thing is, if I don't have any foot percussion, like I'm just on a vocal mic, I'm going to be going a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. So I really accent that first beat of the bar. So there's lots of ways to do that, like vocal accents, little percussive sort of things, just what you'd hear for, beatboxing, that sort of stuff. But if we've got our beat going, that'll give us our nice strong 1. And with a boom like this, you can do it on the 1 and the 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. fiddle around with your rhythms a little bit, but keep it nice, strong, boom, ta. Get out there, have some fun.